What's up, fight fans? I'm Jake Cotto, and welcome to the Boxing and Jedi's Tavern. And today I have a good friend of mine, very good friend of mine, my man from the Boxing Enthusiast. Actually, he owns the page on Facebook. Go check him out, man. That's a hot boxing forum. My man, Dwayne Mauney. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Jay?
Just chilling, man. We getting ready to talk some boxing. And of course, fight fans, if you guys want to find Dwayne, you can go check him out on Facebook and look for the Boxing Enthusiast, man. Hot page, and it's real boxing talk in there, man. And today we're going to talk about Thurman calling Pacquiao out, and we're actually going to give him a report card and exactly how we feel, as boxing fans on whether if he's ready or not. You with that, Dwayne?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, brother. So let us know first how you feel, man. How do you feel? Let me do it properly. Let me ask you a question, brother. Do you think that Thurman has what it takes for a Pacquiao?
You said Thurman?
Yeah.
After this last fight I saw him in, he needs some more tune-ups. He doesn't need any big fights right now. I think him getting hurt by Lopez and hanging on for dear life, it didn't really look that good, but no, he needs some more tune-ups.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. All right. And how do you feel? Because me personally, I feel the same way. Like, I'm saying to myself, if Josecito Lopez got to him, you know what I mean? Just imagine what exactly what Pacquiao would do, especially with his in and out footwork. And also I also noticed in Thurman that his jab got a bit better, but he wasn't working off it as much as he used to.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. A lot of wasted movement as well. I think that's the biggest thing I take from the fight. He uses his legs way too much, and it's a lot of wasted movement. His power looks good though. I thought, he was able to hurt Lopez. But I think he's got to work on some things. I think he's got to definitely work on some things.
Right.
And that's why he needs tune-ups. Before calling out any of the elite guys in the welterweight division.
I feel you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so me personally, man, I'm just thinking like this, man. Maybe 2-3 fights, maybe, and they would, but either way, man. See, my whole thing here is Pacquiao is way too elite for these guys, and everybody's banking on the athleticism and the youth, and Pacquiao is already proving that these guys need more than that. They need skill. What do you think?
I don't know. I still got questions about Pacquiao. I liked what I saw from him against Broner, even though a lot of people had bad things to say about Pacquiao's performance. I think at 40,
right?
But what he did against a guy who's not the most hittable guy, who has above average defense. He did what he had to do. Picked his shots, was patient. I thought he was good. I thought he was just as aggressive as he needed to be.
Right.
He didn't get caught with silly punches. Broner really wasn't throwing anything, but he fought the right fight. I was very, very impressed. Even more so than when he fought Batista.
Yeah. Very much. And one thing that I always try to, point out to people is that when Pacquiao fights you, he basically fights you at your style. He picks up the pace, he controls it. But if you fight him sloppy, he's gonna still come at you, and he's gonna land sloppy. Regardless, he's still landing. If you give him a nice, neat, straight up fight, it's gonna be a strategic fight, and he's gonna win either way. So, I mean, I understand, and I partially agree with what you're saying, but his skill right now. Because remember, Dwayne, we had talked about this about all these fighters being amateur pedigree in a professional, sport in this era, right? So you figure Manny Pacquiao has been through 8 divisions. Do you really think that these guys actually have the game for him?
My real question with Pacquiao is what happens when he gets hit by these guys? When he was getting hit by Jeff Horn, even though a lot of people thought that he beat Jeff Horn was hitting him a lot. And even though Manny's old now and up there, I don't know. I don't know if he can take shots like Lopez took last night on the chin. I don't know if he can take shots to the body from a guy like Spence. I mean, his movement is still there. He appears to still have some pop, but I don't know if he gets hit. Now, can he outbox these guys? Yeah. I mean, I think he can outbox the majority of the guys. I think the most dangerous guys at welterweight for him would be maybe a Sean Porter whose style, rough and rugged welterweight, who moves around a lot and is very rugged inside. Would be tough for Pacquiao, I think. And I think Spence, he can outbox Spence, but I don't know if he can take Spence's punches to the body.
Right.
I think he could. I think he has the footwork and the hand speed.
Right.
But would he be able to keep a guy like Spence off?
Right.
So, I mean, and Thurman, I think it's kind of a toss-up. I would probably at this point have to favor Pacquiao over Thurman. I got to see more from Thurman. As for Bud, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a chess match there too.
Right.
I don't know. That's a toughie.
Right. Because I think if Thurman was fighting Pacquiao, I think that I don't know. I think this would be something where, and I'm not using the triangle theory, but I the first thing I look at in a match like that would be skill, especially with a guy like Pacquiao that still has the goods. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we take this Pacquiao, if we could take this Pacquiao and put him in his era, like, of course, he lost a lot. Right? But now when you're putting him in this era, he's like the vet, and he is, because a lot of people don't want to admit this, but we have to admit him. Pacquiao is the man at 147. He's the one that you want to get your name off. You know what I'm saying? You want baptism under fire. You want attrition, all that bullshit. But I just, I just feel that Pacquiao's skill is just gonna reign supreme, like reign really supreme with these guys, simply because here's a true theory, right? Here's the truth. You may agree with me on this, maybe not, but I just feel like this. Pacquiao has seen all of these guys' fight models going in his career from 8 divisions, right? As to these guys have never seen a Manny Pacquiao. Do you agree or not?
No, they absolutely haven't. And honestly, I'll say this too. Even if Manny loses to any of these guys and they ever do fight, I don't think anybody blows Manny out of the water like many of these fans suggest on these boxing pages. I think Manny will always hold his own against these guys, even with his age. And it goes a lot to show what he is and how great he really is.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right. Exactly, man. And also, like when it comes to training camps, I think that, I know that this is going to be possibly the hardest training camp for Thurman if he was to take this fight. You know what I mean? I think that he would have to learn a lot of things at his age. I mean, even though he's still young, he's 29, right? Even though he's still young, he still has the capacity to learn things. I mean, Keith Thurman pays attention and he listens to his corner. That's one thing that's good about him. So he can learn new things. But what can he actually learn against a vet that knows a lot?
Well, right now, from the looks of things, the Thurman that fought Lopez would definitely lose to Pacquiao unless he nailed him with something big and knocked Pacquiao out, which he can do. But the thing is, like I said, it goes back to the wasted movement and his stamina issues. Late in the fight, Manny's gonna have stamina. Manny doesn't really get tired. He can bounce all night. He'll punches all night. So
right.
The thing is, if you get tired, he's just gonna overwhelm you. That's what Pacquiao does. That's his game.
Yes, sir.
He will overwhelm you and he will keep throwing, and he'll possibly stop Thurman. So Thurman has to do something about the stamina issues. And I've always said about Thurman too, he doesn't really define his style. He's a puncher. He's supposed to be like a boxer puncher, but it's like he'll jab and he'll just be intense to outbox somebody. But then he talks about, I can knock anybody out, and I'm one time. But you got to define your style eventually. I think that's why he has a lot of problems fighting guys down too. He doesn't know what he wants to do.
Right.
Whether he wants to box too much, whether he wants to punch and get him out of there. So he's got to do a few things, but we'll see what happens, and we'll see what his next fight is. who he's gonna fight.
Right, exactly. Because I was saying to myself the other day, as soon as he called him out, and I knew he was gonna do that, I said to myself, well, Thurman himself is small too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's small too. Even though Manny would be the smaller man, or always would be the smaller guy, but he's smaller too. So, the quickness, his speed would give Manny Pacquiao problems. His hand speed would give him problems. Yes, I can see that. But at the same time, what I'm saying? Like what more can he do besides? Because it's shown to Keith Thurman that when you put pressure on him and you put a jab on him, he sort of gets lost in there.
That's true.
Yeah, he sort of gets lost in there. Yeah. Like when you show him skill and you show him a certain level of you know what I'm saying. I'm hitting back. I'm making you think and not throw. You know what I mean? That and that's something that Josecito Lopez was doing, but he did it too late. Had he did it earlier, it would have been better. And that jab, I keep telling people, jabs always keeps your opponent on his fucking toes. It keeps him thinking, and you have to keep him thinking from throwing.
Thurman has, I would say, a good chin, but he's been hurt several times in the pro to the body.
Right.
This is why many fans picked Spence to beat him. He hasn't really done anything to show people that he can avoid body shots like that.
Right.
And when you pressure him, you will land eventually. And it seems like he kind of panics when he gets pressure on him. He doesn't really deal with it how you would expect him to.
Right.
And that's a problem. That's why I don't think he should fight Sean Porter again. I would love to see it, and I think Porter deserves it. But Thurman, I don't know if he'd win a second fight with Porter.
That's a good theory right there. I mean, if Thurman was to take a second fight with Porter, I think he'd be a little. I mean, if he takes it like right now, like second fight right now on the comeback, I think he'd be very vulnerable as to what you're saying with the body shots. I think that because he was hurt. He was hurt when Porter hit him to the body. So I think that I think that Porter would come up with a much smarter game plan. You know what I mean? A way smarter game plan.
Yeah, and Porter's a guy who, not only is he going to pressure you, crowd you, but he's also going to brawl in there, and he's going to wrestle with you and make it a very ugly fight. He's getting a little bit better technique-wise, but that's his thing, maul you, and, Thurman was moving a lot and stuff like that, but I think Thurman should maybe look to learn to fight a little bit better on the inside, to conserve his legs and the moving. He moves a lot. It kind of reminds me of like Cotto.
Right.
After like the Margarito fight when he just started to become really, well, maybe a little bit before that too, but started really using his legs like everything to outbox you. Stopped going to the body as much and would just jab you and outbox you, and with him too, there was a lot of wasted leg movement, and he would get tired and stuff like that. But I'm not saying you can't move and stuff, but make sure it's efficient movement.
Right.
Not just to do it. And I don't know. That's one of the questions about Thurman.
Yeah, man, definitely. And now let's go on to Manny Pacquiao. I feel that Manny Pacquiao and Sean Porter would be a good fight because I feel that Sean Porter is way more of a cleaner fucking puncher than fucking Jeff Horn, and I think that would be an ideal fight. But I still see Sean Porter getting outboxed.
That's a tough one too. Styles. I mean, I don't know if Manny should. He didn't really do all that great with Jeff Horn. Well, Jeff Horn's durable, though. So I'm not going to take that from Manny. And then despite his age and stuff, he was landing, on Horn at will and stuff like that. But dealing with somebody with like a Ricky Hatton, a Sean Porter type style where they wrestle you, they maul you, it's not easy to adjust to that. I mean, and even if you're an elite fighter, if you don't know how to deal with somebody with these tactics, they can make you look bad. And I just don't know. I always go back to this with Pacquiao. His age, I don't know if he can deal with a fight like that at this point. Right. I mean, I think Pacquiao, for boxing and outpointing people, He's still good, but I don't know if he can take really hard fights at this point. Where, just 12 rounds of just, being beat on and dishing it and giving it. I don't know if he can do that. The last 2 fights, he hasn't had to do that. That's why I say if he gets hit, will his chin hold up? How will he deal with being hurt? I mean, he's shown throughout his career he doesn't really get hurt all that much. Or when he does, he rebounds. But I don't know. Age and Father Time, I don't know. I don't know how he does that. So we have to see that. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe, he'll bounce right back to it. But Smith would be the most obvious problem, I think, with the body punching. That's his thing. So we'll really see how Pacquiao will be able to deal with that if they fight, which I doubt we'll see. I mean, Errol Spence doesn't seem like he wants certain guys in the division, but he's the boogeyman to everybody. So I don't know.
Right. I hear that. No, definitely, man. Good assessment. Like I said, I feel that that like I said before, Manny Pacquiao has seen these fight styles, and these guys haven't seen a Manny Pacquiao's fight style, as well as Sean Porter having someone moving in and out and then getting hit in angles. And remember, Sean Porter misses a lot. And Keith Thurman was possibly the only one that made him pay when he missed. Manny Pacquiao is one of those guys that if you miss, it's bad, And so this is what I'm saying, like the inexperience and not fighting each other and not taking on contenders and just taking on money fights, and not working your way up. I think that these are the tools that they're missing and the accessories that they're missing in their toolkit in order to fucking fix shit. And I'm talking about the younger generation going up against Manny Pacquiao. This is why I see, old age or not, Manny Pacquiao is more. He's shown that he's mostly mental. His whole boxing style is mental. So, his whole game it's just ill, and none of these guys have seen that. You know what I mean? So that's what.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, just real quick.
Yeah.
Now, when we talk about Pacquiao, we talk about him fighting some of the other welterweights. Right. Now, when you look at Bud,
right.
Do you think that Bud? How do you think his counterpunching and his boxing IQ compares with that of Marquez, who gave Pacquiao fists in there 4 fights?
Well,
and
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. That's cool.
No, because all right. Well, you were saying Marquez, right?
Yeah, Marquez, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Marquez, at the time that he was fighting Pacquiao, Marquez was. Pacquiao was basically, at his prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was primed out. Now,
right.
Now him fighting the Bud Crawford at this age, I see Bud Crawford, the only thing that will give Bud Crawford the upper hand, it's not even youth, it's not even speed, it's him being ambidextrous, him being able to hit Manny with both hands with the same power. You know what I'm saying? That right there, that right there is very dangerous for Manny. That's very tricky right there, because he can hit you with the same power that he's hitting you with the power hand. Let's just say his right. If he was standing orthodox, the power he can hit you with the same power off the jab. You see, shit like that right there, that's dangerous.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's very true. If we go back to Pacquiao and Marquez won, when Marquez didn't even look like he was going to make it to the 4th round.
Right.
He could barely get out of the first round, all the knockdowns and stuff, and he made a comeback and stuff like that. Now, Manny has problems with counter punches naturally, but offensive counter punches, you know what I'm saying, like a Crawford, I think could be a real problem. But I think Crawford might have some problems with Manny's movement and hand speed. And Manny has an IQ too. A lot of people don't bring that up. They just think that he's nothing but hand speed and foot speed and overwhelming you. But no, Manny can actually think in it. He's a very smart fighter.
Yeah.
He's very smart.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, man. Shit, yeah. Fuck yeah. And I just hope that if this fight does happen, we couldn't really call it a unification because Manny got the WBA silver and he has the WBA major, Thurman. So, it would just be a star-studded money fight, and it'll be for clout, I guess, but It is what it is, man. You know, but we both agree that Thurman is not ready right now for a Pacquiao.
No, he absolutely isn't. And he's calling out Canelo, I heard.
Yeah.
And Canelo and them are not even entertaining it.
Yeah.
And he'd get knocked out by Canelo. There's no doubt. I don't know what Thurman's thinking. I mean, maybe he's trying to start a buzz. Back when he first started, one time, and he was hungry, and I want to knock everybody out, and he believed in himself. And, as he started to really win and climb the division, it's like his hunger went away.
Right.
He's not talking about knockouts and stuff and all of that stuff. And I mean, he's got, he's a family man, and I think he got married when he was injured, and he did a few things business wise, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So his mindset may have changed. He may not want to be there for legacy purposes and stuff like that.
Right.
It may be a situation where he takes what he can get.
Right. And I just feel that the only move for Manny Pacquiao to do right now is just to unify. That's the only thing he has not done. If he does it, he would have surpassed mostly everybody in boxing. His shit will be very hard to catch up with. I don't see at any point in the near future where we're going to see anybody conquer 8 divisions and fucking fucking 16-time, 15-time fucking champion now. Nah, we're not gonna see that shit.
That would be unbelievable. There are people that believe that he could still do it. Now that, the thing with Floyd and a rematch, I kind of wanted to see that, but now Floyd is playing these games again, and this is kind of why people, they're turned off of Floyd. Stop with the BS, man. You said you were going to fight the winner of Broner and Pacquiao. Now it's all of a sudden, you're retired and enjoying retirement. My thing is, look, don't keep telling boxing fans one thing and then doing something else. Right. I mean, if you want to sit and get easy paydays and stuff like that, fine, much power to you. But this is not right what he's doing to boxing fans. So that's all I got to say about Floyd, because that was the big thing, and that was a lot of Manny's incentive too, to fight Broner. Or maybe he didn't even need to take a Broner fight if he knew he wasn't going to get a rematch anyway. And why was Floyd even there, in the first place?
Right.
Floyd plays these games, but Manny, now he can really keep his attention on unifying. And I don't know, who do you think Pacquiao fights next?
I see Pacquiao fighting the winner of Garcia Spence Jr.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that's what I see. Because if Mayweather didn't come to the forefront after they promised Manny Pacquiao a Mayweather fight, and now Mayweather don't want to fight, then, what else is there for him to do but to fight the winner of whoever fucking either still has a strap or just won that strap in order for him to unify?
Yeah. No, you're right.
That's about it, man. Word up, man. All right, man. Well, I'm going to cut it short because I got to get ready for some late night boxing talk. But yo, Dwayne, man, give everybody your addresses and stuff and how they can get in touch with you, man.
The Boxing Enthusiast on Facebook, and soon an Instagram will be coming. I'll be making an Instagram soon. The Boxing Enthusiast.
Definitely.
If you're a boxing fan, check the page out. Let me know how you feel about it. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Definitely, man. That's my man Dwayne Mauney from the Boxing Enthusiast. Otherwise than that, I'm J. Cotto, your boy, telling the truth within the sport of boxing. I'll see y'all tonight on Late Night Boxing Talk, and we're going to have a little debate with Shady Slim, and I'm going to be representing Terrence Crawford, and he's going to be representing Amir Khan. Otherwise than that, God bless, stay vigilant.
Jay,
yeah.
Real quick, you're going to be on what, YouTube or Facebook?
YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Otherwise than that,
buddy.
God bless, stay vigilant. Peace, fight fans.